Hey, what's up? First off, one of the most welcome changes is the ability to set equipment appearances from different styles. That means you can finally mix the look of gear tied to different combat styles without losing the stats you want, which is huge if you've been holding back on a cosmetic combo because the actual piece belonged to the wrong style. That little QOL tweak opens up character expression in a way that feels long overdue, and it doesn't mess with the underlying equipment systems. It's purely aesthetic freedom with your builds intact. Next up, the update added an acolyte called the Benevolent Grave, who can be called in the mission Escape from Hitakoto Slope without the need to burn Ochoko Cups. And yes, that really helps with that opening boss fight if you've been getting halted there more often than not. People who were stuck at that gate now have a legitimate built-in assist option that doesn't punish them for asking for help. On the balance front, Team Ninja rolled a pretty surgical set of crest and soul core tweaks. Some protections got stronger, some got pared back, and a number of soul cores were adjusted to better slot into their intended roles. For example, Sonata's crest got a bump to its P consumption on jump, Otani's got more elemental damage reduction, while some protections like Kato's damage taken while attacking were reduced but Kato's damage taken, critical was increased instead, which nudges how you think about aggressive play versus defensive counters. These sorts of changes aren't flashy, but they're the sort of incremental rebalancing that alters meta decisions. What you wear, what soul cores you prioritize, and whether a given crest feels like a reliable choice at a given position. Soul cores saw similar love and nerfs where appropriate. The update decreased damage taken while attacking values on a few souls like Gozuki, Sentry, and Onoyoki to curb some survivability loops, but boosted things like strong attack damage for Gozuki and Sentry, and adjusted some ranged hit bonuses on others so certain builds scale better with playstyles that actually use those tools. That kind of give and take makes the game feel like it breathes a little more. You don't just slap the highest numbered item on and steamroll everything, you rethink the synergies. The patch also increased the Fury-ish set bonuses like Frost Moon damage and improved life and guard-related effects for certain Guardian spirits, little nudges that matter when you're optimizing for endgame runs. Another practical change that will save clicks is the adjustment to the Eternal Rift. The Change Your Appearance menu is available sooner now, which is nice when you want to tinker without waiting through extra screens. And the UI got several quality of life updates, such as showing special item effects clearly and adding the ability to filter by set bonus in special effect item filters, so inventory management feels less like a chore. On the progression and stability side, this patch is dense. A long list of mission-specific blockers and situations that could softlock your save have been patched. Crashes when loading particular saves were addressed. Several cases that made it impossible to progress after specific boss fights or cutscenes were fixed. And issues that left characters stuck in geometry or prevented important NPCs from appearing were resolved. If you had a save that felt broken in a particular mission, applying this update and selecting continue at the menu is the recommended move because it often fixes those stuck states without forcing you to roll back. For PC players, there are Steam-specific fixes too. Save data format improvements were implemented to reduce corruption risk, mouse and overlay issues were addressed, and some input problems that prevented certain UI interactions were corrected. If you've had trouble with Steam overlay interactions or strange controller to mouse behavior, this should help. All of this reads like two parallel efforts. Polish the UI and QOL while deep cleaning the code paths that caused crashes and blockers. And combined, they should make late game progression, co-op, and general stability feel a lot less risky. There are also specific fixes to martial arts inputs, stance changes, and controller mapping problems. Things like preventing unintended martial arts activation, making burst break usable while dodging under certain controller schemes, and fixing cases where stance changes occurred when you were trying to guard. These are the little technical fixes that end up impacting how responsive the combat feels, and if you spend any time changing stances or linking martial arts, those corrections will be obvious. Mission-specific bugs were cleaned up too. Problems in places like Frozen City, Blazing Tree, and a range of battle scroll missions that could stop progression or cause enemies and allies to behave strangely are now patched, which means fewer oh no moments when a boss vanishes, an enemy falls through the floor, or an objective text reads wrong. One more practical note, glory rewards were increased for lower ranking players across clan battles and other activities like expeditions and graves, which should help new or returning players who aren't yet farming high tier content and felt like their progression was painfully slow. That kind of economy tweak helps more players feel rewarded for playing the systems instead of needing to chase niche, repetitive runs. Lastly, it's worth saying that if you've experienced any of the severe issues mentioned in the patch notes, progression blockers, crashes on load, or missing mission-critical items, apply the update and use the continue option on the title screen. Team Ninja's patch notes confirm those fixes, and Steam users in particular will see stability and input-related improvements tied to the platform.